Sustainability is a way of life where we do the things we enjoy doing and we enjoy the quality of life that we're used to without affecting the ability of future generations to do the same. So this has primarily to do with ways that we can minimize the impact we have on the environment. And when I say the environment, I mean the air, the water, the soil, and the ecosystem.
Sustainability is a broad term that encompasses all of our efforts to be more responsible stewards of the earth and of our resources, reduce pollution, reduce our impact on nature so that the planet can deal with our presence here and our activity here.
We have a number of efforts underway, and one of the most important efforts is the Student Green Energy Fund. This is a voluntary program where the students pay voluntarily into the fund, and then we use the fund exclusively for green projects that are conceived by the students throughout the campus. So we have several of those projects going on, including solar panels on Marshall Center, water filling stations so that we can cut down on the amount of plastic. We have also additional projects that have to do with electric vehicle charging stations where students, faculty and staff can bring their electric cars on campus and be able to charge them. And all these efforts, what they are trying to do is we're trying to reduce the carbon emissions of our activities. We're trying to minimize the amount of waste we generate, and we're trying to replace fossil fuels by renewables, such as primarily solar, but also other forms of renewable electricity.
In terms of the air conditioning condensate, the water that comes from buildings. So one example we have is in Marshall Center, where the condensate from AC is collected and used for the fountain. In this building, the Patel building, we collect the rainwater and we store it, use it for flushing the toilets.
The BSF lighting project is almost complete, but we are just waiting for one big lecture hall to be empty during the winter break, and that time it will be completed. But because of the success in our preliminary reports to the Green Energy Fund, we also gave up the idea that maybe we can look into the external lights like the street lighting, and that way it would be inside and outside both kind of projects to be on the campus, and this would be a kind of a pioneer step for a lot of universities.
Some interesting projects on the horizon. One in particular is the possibility of upgrading 2 buses that parking services will be buying from diesel fuel to electric fuel. And that way the council would pay the difference from the diesel to the electric in order to get 2 new electric buses in our fleet here on campus. We've got a lot of excitement around that. One that touches a lot of people are the water fountains, where you can refill a non-disposable water container for filtered water on campus instead of wasting bottles and filling landfills with bottles is one very easily. The other one that we're very proud of and pleased with the way that it's been adopted on campus is the Share a Bike project. That's something where students can touch our sustainability efforts on campus and reap the benefits of them. The buses, if that eventuates, is a way where you can ride a sustainability project. But it's important you be able to touch and see them, because reducing things like our carbon footprint is something nebulous that you can't see, but it has a dramatic impact long term on the earth.
Students should vote for the Green Energy Fund when it comes back up for re-election, because they're able to sponsor all of these amazing projects that we have on campus here, like the solar panels at the FSC, the water refill stations. That's all made possible by the Green Energy Fund. It only costs $1 per credit hour, so why not?
Anytime, I think it's more about the attitude of a person. So you cannot change them per se, but then you can actually make them aware. So if if somebody knows that by using extra energy, what I'm doing in terms of how I'm damaging the environment, how I'm damaging the earth, so those kind of carbon footprints and the knowledge will actually help. And I think that's the most effective age for that is through the schooling and university. When people are growing up, if they are conscious at that level, they will never forget that I should be aware of it. Those.